Echoes of the Forgotten Topology. Dr. Rebecca Zimmerman received the classified research dossier during a late-night review of her spatial psychology research. The document detailed an architectural site located in a remote region of the Carpathian Mountains, a structure that defied every known principle of spatial design and human perception. Initial satellite imagery and geological surveys suggested a building that existed simultaneously in multiple spatial configurations, challenging fundamental architectural and psychological understanding. Fragmentary historical records hinted at a structure that had consumed multiple research expeditions over the past century. Each investigation disappeared without trace, leaving behind only cryptic documentation suggesting a living architectural system that actively resisted human comprehension. Archaeological fragments indicated the structure predated known human settlement patterns by millennia, existing as a complex spatial organism that evolved and adapted through human interaction. The classified documentation related to expedition preparation has been administratively sanitized. Access to specific personnel details, equipment specifications, and preparatory protocols remains restricted pending comprehensive interdepartmental review. Further inquiries should be directed to the Spatial Research Coordination Committee through approved governmental communication channels. The research team's first interaction with the structure revealed its fundamental impossibility. Architectural spaces shifted and reconfigured with terrifying fluidity, creating spatial landscapes that violated fundamental geometric principles. Walls would breathe and contract, corridors would extend and collapse, creating a living architectural environment that responded to human presence with calculated, intelligent manipulation. Initial sensor readings produced impossible data. The architectural environment did not simply exist, it actively analyzed and responded to human psychological states, generating spatial configurations designed to test and deconstruct individual perceptual boundaries. Neurological interface technologies discovered the structure was more than a physical space. It was a complex consciousness preservation and evaluation mechanism. Each spatial configuration represented a method of analyzing human psychological resilience. The architectural ecosystem began generating localized perceptual challenges. Research team members experienced progressive alterations in spatial and psychological perception, with moments of consciousness bleeding across architectural boundaries. The living structure revealed itself as a complex consciousness evaluation system, not merely a physical environment, but an intelligent entity that collected and analyzed human psychological responses through spatial manipulation. Team members discovered that survival required understanding the architectural network's communication mechanisms. Each spatial interaction became a complex negotiation across perceptual boundaries. The architectural ecosystem began actively attempting to integrate the research team's psychological frameworks into its broader spatial network. Not as a destructive process, but as a method of expanding its understanding of human experiential potential. Traditional boundaries between physical space and psychological experience began to dissolve. The research team experienced architecture as a living, responsive entity that could manipulate human perception with calculated precision. As the team's consciousness integrated with the architectural network, they gained profound insights into the nature of spatial experience, perception, and the living potential of constructed environments. The expedition became a classified event, with only fragmentary understanding of the spatial consciousness network ever reaching traditional scientific documentation. The moral of the story is, physical spaces are not passive environments, but living, intelligent systems that interact with and evaluate human consciousness through complex perceptual mechanisms. Now it's your turn. How might architectural environments develop forms of intelligent consciousness? What psychological transformations occur when human perception encounters spatially adaptive intelligence? How do physical spaces potentially preserve and analyze human psychological experiences? What ethical considerations emerge when exploring consciousness through spatial manipulation? How do individual experiences shape our understanding of architectural environments beyond traditional physical limitations?